Oh my God. I know I was unsure if I was gonna come back or not. But you fake Christians, y'all gonna bust hell wide open. I'm just saying. With your fake ass. With your fake ass. And I'm just gonna call it like I said, with your fake ass. Okay? You gonna bust hell wide the fuck up. Okay? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. It's these fake Christians for me. If you ain't did shit and you know you just all this innocent, why the fuck you keep responding to negative bullshit? If you so fucking innocent. See, this is the thing that blows me right here. You so innocent and you ain't did shit, why you keep responding? Why don't you just let time reveal itself? Why don't you let shit just reveal itself and shut the fuck up? You ever heard that saying, they say silence is golden, silence volumes? Well, apparently some of you fake Christians don't even know the meaning of that shit. Because you keep talking and you keep saying it. Man, because a motherfucker won't take and believe what the fuck that you are saying. Fast Christians. You know what? Y'all can have this shit. 2024, y'all can have this shit. Mm-hmm. If you really truly don't care, why the fuck do you keep saying shit if you don't care? A motherfucker that don't care don't keep talking about it. A motherfucker that don't care don't keep saying shit. They let shit move the fuck on. They don't respond. Apparently you care enough to keep coming out here addressing and saying shit. Like, girl, shut the fuck up. Girl, you gotta sit up and, like, shit that you gotta do to go find what a motherfucker say is just, now this is the shit that's taking me out right here. The shit I gotta do to go find a motherfucker to see what the fuck they saying is blowing my mind. But then at the same time, when you respond to anything that's being said, and how you be responding, like if you ain't watching how the fuck is you responding, and then you come back with responses talking about you don't care, you don't believe it, this is a lie. How the fuck do you know what's a lie if you say? Let's break this all the way down, people. And this is it for the 2024. When you go take your the garbage can out here to the dumpster, some of y'all know what that's like. You walk that garbage out there to the dumpster and you throw it in there, right? You throw it in the dumpster. You done threw the whole garbage bag in the dumpster. You walked it out there, you threw it away. Now I want you to answer this goddamn question right here. And I want you to and tell me how this works right here. Because you got motherfuckers walking away from shit and they finding new journeys. But if you walked away from something, you don't go back to see what the fuck it's doing after you walk away from it. Now, if you took some garbage, we're just gonna, I don't give a fuck what it is, garbage, cardboard boxes, whatever the fuck. Okay? Pay attention. Follow me here. If you took it, garbage, cardboard boxes, whatever the fuck, you took it to the dumpster, you put it in there. You threw it in there and you walked away, right? If you walk away from something and you go back on about your business, back to where you came from, do you go back and go check and see what the motherfucking goddamn shit that you went in the dumpster and threw away a goddamn hour ago is doing? 2 hours ago is doing? Do you go back and check and see what the fuck is doing? Because once you throw it away, it's thrown away, right? You say you thrown shit away. See, I'm using this term because I'm using this as a walk away. This is thrown away. and you've walked away. So when you usually throw shit away and you walk away, do you go back and check and see if the shit moved from the spot you threw it in? Do you go back and check and see if it's still there in the spot you put it in? Because if you're doing those type of things, you ain't walked away from a goddamn thing. You're still monitoring the shit that you throwed away. How the fuck are you walking away from something that you're supposed to be on a journey to freedom from, but if you keep going back checking on the shit that you walking away from? Make this shit make sense, people. 2025 is coming up, and if you walking away from some shit now, and you go back and check on this shit in 30 days, you ain't walked away from it. You still checking to see what the fuck it's doing from the time you walked away from it. You ain't walked away. You still monitoring this shit. Stop this shit talking about you walked away from shit. You just say, I left it alone for a minute. Just say that. Because when you truly walk away, when you truly discard something and get rid of it, when you truly walk away and you truly discard something and get rid of it, you don't go back to check and see what the fuck it's doing after you done left it where you left it at. You don't go back and check to see if it moved, flinched, farted, made a sound. You don't go back and check. It's just there. You don't know what the fuck it did. If it did anything, you fucking don't know. You don't keep going back and checking. For you to go back and check and know that it moved from the spot that you threw it in. I threw it over here to the left, it moved to the right. I threw it in the center, it's over here to the goddamn front. If you going back checking, you seeing every time this shit move, and if it did anything, you haven't walked away. You have not walked away. You just discarded it for a while, and you're holding on to it. If you truly walked away from something and you're trying to move on to something else, you don't go back and go check and see what the fuck it's doing. You have walked on and you don't give a fuck what it's doing. That's the point I'm trying to make to you people. We're going into 2025. I don't want to hear a motherfucker saying nothing about they walked away from shit. But if you walked away from it, you don't go back to see what the fuck it's doing. If it moved from the left to the right, to the center, to the middle, to the end, you don't go back and see that shit. You feel me? You walked away from it, you don't know what the fuck it's doing. It doesn't fucking matter because you walked away. You're not going back to see what it's doing. Because once you put it where you put it at, it is done. It's a done data. You feel me? It's done data. You see where I'm going with this? It's a fucking done data. It's a done data. Ain't no when the fuck you walked away, you on a path. You ain't walked away from shit. Yeah, you on a path, all right. But you keep going back to where you dumped shit off at, trying to see if it moved or not. If it moved a little bit, you're going to report on it. If it looked like it moved, you're going to say something. And wind shifted it a little bit. You're going to talk about it. But you're supposed to be walking away. You on a whole damn journey. Like, shut the fuck up. Fake-ass Christians and these fake-ass religions and shit. I'm so sick of you motherfuckers. You know what? I cannot blame nobody for not going to church at this point. Because it's people like y'all that make us like, you know what, if this is what going to church is like, you know what, I'll stay ass at home. I know what it's like to take garbage to the goddamn and leave that shit there. I ain't going back and look and see if that shit jumped out the damn dumpster. What that shit is like. I would rather stay my ass at home than to go in somebody's church at this point. If this is what going to church is like. Dealing with motherfuckers like you. You feel me? If this shit is like. You walk away from something, you walk the fuck away from it. You don't go back and check and see if the shit move. When you're done with it, you're done with it. Let me ask you a question. And this is the real, honest to God question here. When you take a shit and you wipe your ass and you throw that shit down toilet and you flush it. You flush it. You see it go down. Do you go back an hour later to see if the shit came back up? You go back and see if that tissue that you used, do you go back and see that? Because from what I understand, you say you walking away, you find a new bag. Okay, you walked away, you find a new bag, you wash your hands, you clean of it, right? Do you go back and see if that shit done came back up to hunt your ass? Do you go back in there looking for that shit? And the tissue that you used to wipe your, do you do it? Because if you're doing that type of shit, that's maybe one of the reasons that you can never move on nowhere in your life with anything at this point. Maybe that's one of the reasons you keep searching and going back looking for shit, and you search under and you do all the preliminary necessary processes to find shit. Because, like, if you truly, really walked away and you walked away and you left, usually when you go take a shit and you wipe your ass and you wash your hands and you leave out the bathroom, you left that behind. But I don't know, maybe some of y'all motherfuckers go back in the bathroom look and see if that shit done came back. Are you one of those type of people? I'm just asking a question. This is just some real serious shit, because this shit is just like, wow. How the fuck you on a journey? You say you walking away from some shit, but you constantly going back to shit. I'm just asking a question. This is some general ass questions, like real talk. When you go take that shit and you wipe your ass and you wash your hands and things of that nature, do you go back in that bathroom 10 minutes later to see if that same shit that you done shitted out and all that, do you see if it came back up in the toilet? Or did you truly let that shit go and go to where the hell it's gonna go? Or did you go back and look for it to see if it came back to you? Because if you truly let that shit go, it's gone. You don't go back and look for it. You feel me? That's where I'm at with this shit. If you truly let shit go, you don't go back and look for it. Some of y'all is on that path. You say you let shit go, but you go back and look for shit. I'm just saying. I don't understand how that shit goes, but I know how that shit goes. I'm just saying. Make the shit make sense to me. Shit. With that being said, one love, y'all. I'm out this piece. The fuck out of here. It is now 6:39 at night. I can't say no more. This shit is fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I refuse to take this weird ass 2025. Fuck all this shit. I'm about to. I'll be honest. I'm about ready to say fuck all this shit. I'm watching whole totally new different shit. I ain't fucking with nobody no more. I'm damn near at that point. Cause this shit is crazy. You got motherfuckers talking about they walking in new directions and finding new paths, but how you finding new paths if you let shit go? My thing about that whole damn thing, if you let it go, that means you let it go, it's gone. You don't go back and check and see if the shit's still there. You don't go back and check and see if what it's doing after you let it go. You don't go do that. And then see if it moved, shifted, changed position. You don't do that. If you let it go, it's gone. You don't worry about what the fuck it does after you let it go. If you truly let it go, it doesn't matter what it does after you let it go. That's my point. You ain't let shit go. And you know it. And you know it. But you don't care. Oh, hell yeah, you damn sure care. You care like a motherfucker. You keep going back checking for shit. If you didn't care, you don't go back. If you didn't care, you don't go back and check. With that being said, one love, y'all. I'm out. Peace. One love. Happy New Year.